back, theater people. This is Jim Gallagher from Drama Queen Graphics, and this is Theater Branding in the Digital Age, Part 5. Your logo is the ambassador, not the entire delegation. To be clear, you should have a logo. However, there are other graphic elements that can complement your logo. I say, you look very nice today, logo. No, compliment with an E. These elements work with your logo to create your theater's unique graphic identity. Ideally, in addition to your logo, your theater would adopt some graphic elements to create a visual language. These elements can be mixed and matched depending on where you're applying your brand. They're like underoos for graphic design. When someone sees a combination of these key elements, they know it's you. The tagline can add specificity to your brand and help the logo so the logo doesn't have to go it alone. The Dignity player's name hints that this is a theater with some social awareness, but it's the tagline that brings that message home. A good tag takes the pressure off the logo. It doesn't have to carry the entire brand message by itself. The word dignity sends a general message, while the tagline narrows the focus. And if for whatever reason down the road you decide to alter your theater's emphasis, it's easier to change a tagline than to change the entire logo. Colonial Player's tagline, Theater in 360 Degrees, has two meanings. It says that this theater tells well-rounded stories about a wide range of people, and it also alludes to the theater's physical space, a small arena-style theater in the round. This tagline has something to add to the messaging, whether you've been to the theater or not. The Citizen Change Theater logo doesn't really give me very much information about the theater, but the tagline, Theater for the People, and the headline message, Change the Rules, provides additional information and context and delivers the brand message. The tagline, along with the photography, conveys the brand. A simple shape and two colors can tell us a lot. Yes, I consider white a color. True, this particular combination of colors and shape, however, spends millions of dollars every year, and that level of exposure is certainly a factor in how we immediately connect these elements with Target. Here is a second example more in line with our theatrical purview. However, this is also an unfair example for a budget-conscious theater, since this particular graphic has 75 years of visual equity derived from countless cartoons and comic strips. Colonial Player's work is more relevant to our theaters. The white background color and circle shape are their major branding elements, and they are used consistently from piece to piece. If the logo were cropped off, for example, you'd still know which theater this was. When the local reader sees the white background and circle in the newspaper, they immediately know that there is a new show at Colonial Players. Studio Theater's logo doesn't tell us very much about the theater, but on its homepage, it's also not the star of the show. In addition to color and shape, Studio Theater's website relies on typography, interesting use of text and type treatments to create their unique look. Every detail, from the branding of individual productions to parking instructions, is treated in the same style, which brings a visual cohesion to everything on their site, and creates a memorable look that is uniquely their own. This one is fantastic. Playwrights Horizon, as the name implies, focuses on playwrights, and it uses typographic elements that represent the signatures of the various authors. This graphic element is always changing to another playwright's signature, just like the theater's roster of plays. This example is in a category all its own, because it's not employing a singular typographic element or a specific typeface, it's using the idea of change as a unifying concept. The text is just the vehicle for that change. In addition to its tagline, the Citizen Change Theater uses photography to communicate its brand. Using direct eye contact, the actor models in the photos confront the viewer and thereby emphasize the group's identity as a theater company that's committed to challenging the norm. The Studio Theater website also uses photography in their branding, but with a slight twist. They apply a consistent photographic style to all of their images. First, the images are framed in boxes, and second, they are treated in a duotone style. This creates a visual oneness throughout every image in the site. From a budgetary and practical standpoint, this is a great solution for theaters. You can mix headshots taken from various photographers, production pics, Instagram shots from all different sources, and the images look like they're from the same place and part of a consistent brand. Order out of chaos, which is a great tagline for a theater. Illustration is found less often than photography. In part, this is because custom illustration can often be more expensive, but it's very effective for theater branding. As a medium, theater is often larger than life, and illustration can capture the imagination and connect to themes of a play without possible distraction from actors or models. Illustration is to theater what photography is to film. This theater uses illustration to brand their entire season. It's interesting that I don't see the theater's logo on here. The web address is. It's no doubt on the front of the mailer, but the logo is almost unnecessary here because the illustration is such a key element of Arena Stage's brand. This is a great example of how consistent branding over a long period of time can make an organization's name seem almost superfluous. Arena's illustrations are the equivalent of Target's red bullseye. Rule number 3 was so packed with information that that's all the time we have for today. Come back next time for rules 4 and 5. You won't want to miss them. This is Jim at Drama Queen Graphics.